Get ready for calculus. Let us understand how do we write a function for a given problem. The question here is, a football team plays in a large stadium with capacity of 50,000. With a ticket price of $20, the average sale of ticket has been 30,000. A market survey indicates that for each dollar increase in the ticket price, attendance decreases by 500. Express the number of spectators at a football game N as a function of the increased ticket price X. Express the revenue from a football game R as a function of the increased ticket price X. Find the ticket price for the maximum revenue of football game. A very common question. We are going to understand how do we write it using function notation and then solve. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In case you want to learn directly from me, feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. Our students are right there on the top, getting excellent marks and admissions to the best universities, even with scholarship. Now, let's look into the solution of this question. We're given that a football team plays in a large stadium with capacity of 50,000. So that's the maximum capacity. With a ticket price of $20, the average sale of the ticket has been 30,000. We need to understand this statement, right? So let's say that the price in dollars, for example, is $20, right? In that case, how many tickets are being sold? 30,000. Correct? It says that a market survey indicates that for each dollar increase in the ticket price, attendance decreases by 500. So if I increase the price from 20 to 21, then the sales will be 30,000 minus 500. But if I increase it by $2, right, in that case, what happens to the sales? It will be 500 times 2. You get the idea. So if I increase it by X dollars, right, in this fashion, in that case, number of spectators will reduce by 500 times X. Does that make sense? So this actually gives us the relation between revenue, which is product of number of spectators, and the cost of the ticket, right? So I hope with this concept you can answer the question, which is, express the number of spectators at a football game N as a function of increased ticket price. So this number of spectators are these, right? So we can write down N, the number of spectators, as a function of increase in price, which is X, is equal to 30,000 minus 500 X. Does that make sense? Right? So N, the number of spectators, is these many. Correct? Now, from here, you know the price is how much? Price is 20 plus X. Correct? Now let's look into the second part of this question, which is express revenue from a football game R as a function of increased ticket price, and then we also want to find the maximum revenue, right? So the revenue is what? Revenue will be equal to the product of price, right? Let me write P with number of tickets sold. Makes sense? So let's write down on a new page the revenue. So the revenue will be equal to the price we have increased, right? So we increase the price with X. So price is, instead of $20, it is 20 plus X. And the number of persons buying the ticket has reduced from 30,000 to 500X, minus 500X. So that becomes the revenue in dollars. Is that clear? So that's the revenue function. Now the question is, how do we maximize this? Now to maximize the revenue, you can apply many different strategies. Graphing strategies, calculus. Here I'm going to use a very important method, and that is I'm going to use axis of symmetry. We know that this is a parabola. The turning point will maximize the revenue, right? So the graph of this function is kind of like this, right? And where are the zeros? Well, one zero is at x equals to minus 20, right? The other one is 30,000 divided by 500. So these are the two zeros. Maximum will occur at the price x, which is right in between the two. You get the whole idea, right? So what we've done is found the value of x as the average of minus 20 plus what makes that 0? 30,000 divided by 500, right? So 30,000 divided by 500 can be simplified, correct? And 300 divided by 5 gives us 60 divided by 2, and that gives us 40 by 2 or 20. That means we need to increase the price by $20, rather double. You get the whole idea. So when you do that, then you get the maximum revenue, and you can calculate the value for 20, and you get what? You get 20 plus 20 times 30,000 minus 500 times 20. You get the idea. Calculate this value, right, which is 40 times 30,000 minus 2 times 5 is 10 and 3 zeros. Means 30,000 minus 10,000 gives you 2,000. That means revenue of 80,000. So we get a revenue, maximum revenue, equal to $80,000. Makes sense? So trying to analyze the situation, what we did was we found the 2x intercepts for the given revenue function, which is quadratic parabola opening downwards. Axis of symmetry is midway between the two x intercepts, where the x value is 20. Substituting the value of 20 in the revenue function, we found $80,000 as the maximum revenue for the game. And that happens when you double the price. You get the whole idea. I hope it makes sense. Now with that in mind, I'd like you to try more questions in this playlist. One of them, which we solved recently, is on volume of the box. And there are many more to explore. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.